Tonight, we explore the unsettling phenomenon of doppelgangers, those strange figures who mirror our every move. The face that looks exactly like yours, yet exists somewhere else. A shadow walking beside you, unknown, yet eerily familiar. Across centuries, stories warn that seeing your own double is never a coincidence. Some believe it is an omen, some say it is a glitch in reality. Others insist it is the moment when another version of you slips too close to your world. Whether symbolic, psychological, or supernatural, the idea of a double pulls at something deep inside us, a fear that identity is fragile, and reality might not be as stable as it seems. Welcome to Bellows From Beyond. The concept of the double stretches across cultures, continents, and eras. The German word Doppelgänger literally means double walker, a being that looks exactly like you, behaves like you, and even walks as you do, yet it is not you. In ancient Egypt, the Ka represented a spiritual twin that lived alongside the physical body. In Norse mythology, there was the Vardugur, a precursor spirit that performed a person's actions moments before they actually occurred, a ghostly version of you arriving early. Throughout 18th and 19th century Europe, sightings of doppelgangers were considered deeply ominous. Some believed that seeing your double meant death was approaching. Others thought the double appeared when someone's soul had already begun to separate from their body. Royal figures were said to be haunted by them, including Catherine the Great, who reportedly saw her own double sitting on her throne. Writers across centuries have used the double to explore identity, madness, and fate. Edgar Allan Poe's William Wilson pits a man against his malicious duplicate. Dostoevsky's The Double reflects the terror of losing control over one's sense of self. These stories resonate because they reflect a universal fear, the idea that someone else could wear your face. Reports continue even in the modern age. A German woman walking home one evening noticed someone behind her. At first, she assumed it was a stranger, but then she realized every movement the figure made matched hers with unnatural precision. Her pace, her posture, even the tilt of her head. She later fell seriously ill, leading many to repeat the old superstition. Seeing your double means your life is about to change. In the 1970s, an office worker in New York claimed a man entered his building wearing the exact same outfit he had on. Same jacket, same shoes, even the same wrinkle in the collar. The man never spoke. He simply walked past, paused, and stared at him with an expression that mirrored his own. Co-workers said the resemblance was perfect. The stranger was never seen again. Online forums today are filled with accounts from people who encountered someone who could have been their twin, not just in looks, but in mannerisms, expressions, even vocal tone. Researchers dismiss these as coincidences, but others insist that people are seeing something far stranger, something that hints at layers of reality overlapping. Could these doubles be lost relatives, parallel selves, entities imitating us, or something we lack the language to explain? Science, of course, offers its own explanations. Neurologists point to Capgras delusion, a rare condition where the brain's facial recognition pathways misfire, causing someone to believe familiar people are imposters. In rare cases, individuals may even see a duplicate of themselves. Sleep paralysis can produce vivid hallucinations, sometimes of a shadowy version of oneself standing nearby. Temporal lobe disturbances, electrical misfires in the brain, can cause people to perceive a second presence that mirrors their movements. Psychologists argue that the fear of the double stems from existential anxiety, the profound discomfort of realizing that we are not as unique as we believe. Seeing someone with your face challenges your sense of identity. It forces you to confront the possibility that personality, memory, and selfhood might not be rooted as firmly as you assume. Yet many reject these scientific explanations, calling them incomplete. Believers in the paranormal claim doppelgangers are astral doubles, energetic duplicates that separate from the body during moments of stress or emotional upheaval. Others suggest they are beings from parallel timelines, slipping momentarily into ours. Some insist they are omens, symbolic echoes that appear before major life changes. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. Perhaps the double walks beside us more often than we realize, unseen, unnoticed, until the moment it chooses to appear. Why do we dread the idea of meeting our double? Maybe it's because the self feels sacred, the one thing we believe is truly ours. A doppelganger challenges that belief. It disrupts the boundaries between the familiar and the uncanny. In myth, the double often appears before misfortune, a death, a disaster, or a dramatic turning point. Its presence forces people to confront the uncomfortable truth that identity is fragile. We like to believe we are singular, irreplaceable. The double whispers that we may be neither. Literature, folklore, and modern reports all echo the same warning. The double is not to be trusted. It may mimic, but it does not belong. It may look human, but it is not you. Perhaps that is why we recoil instinctively. Because the doppelganger reflects not who we are, but everything we fear we could become. Have you ever seen someone in a crowd who looked strangely familiar? A stranger who seemed to share your smile, your gait, your expression? For most, these moments are fleeting, dismissed as tricks of perspective. But some encounters linger. Identity is more fragile than we want to admit. A face is nothing more than bone and tissue arranged in patterns, and patterns repeat. But the stories of doppelgangers persist because they feel too precise, too uncanny. They awaken the fear that the world is not as orderly as we think, that the self is not as solid as we hope, that someone else might walk the world with our face, our gestures, our voice, and we would never know why. Some mirrors show only reflections. Others reveal possibilities we are not meant to see, and some shadows are best left unexamined. If you enjoyed this dive into the strange and the unexplained, remember to like, subscribe, and join us for more tales that linger in the shadows, into the beyond.